the aftermath of the great global conflict known as World War II, a series of investigations into the expansive crimes of the Third Reich revealed several monsters in human form, from Josef Mengele, the Angel of Death, to Ilse Koch, the Bitch of Buchenwald. Hundreds of convicted war criminals would obtain catchy nicknames and forever become synonymous with the evil of Nazi Germany. However, there is one that I have only recently become aware of. She was just as cold as Mengele and just as vicious as Koch. So what sets her apart from the other two I just mentioned? Well, what sets her apart is the fact that she was practically a kid when she committed her unspeakable crimes, and was probably the youngest Nazi war criminal ever prosecuted. The girl was named Irma Grese, the Beautiful Beast. Born on October 7th, 1923 in the Weimar Republic, Irma was the third of 5 children to Berta and Alfred Grese. Irma lost her mother Berta at a young age when she committed suicide due to her husband Alfred having an affair with the younger woman. According to her siblings, Irma had a fairly miserable childhood marked by a lack of courage to fight back against incessant bullying. When Irma was 15, she quit school and became a nurse's assistant at a sanatorium controlled by the Nazi Schutzstaffel, or SS for short. As she got older, Irma became entranced by Adolf Hitler and his ideology and desired to join the Hitler Youth Organization offshoot called the League of German Girls. But her father forbade her and her siblings from joining any sort of group that was linked to the Nazis in any way. When she was 18, Irma went against her father's wishes and found work as a guard at the all-female concentration camp called Ravensbrück. Her father responded by disowning her and forbidding her from ever returning to his home. Soon after her relationship with her father had disintegrated, Irma received a promotion and was transferred to Auschwitz in 1943, where she distinguished herself amongst the camp leadership and was rewarded with a promotion to Rapportführerin in 1944. According to information I've been able to look up, this period of Irma's life was where she would shed her facade of a troubled teenage girl and become a sadistic monster that her colleagues would dub the hyena of Auschwitz. Apparently, Irma became extremely promiscuous and started screwing around with numerous Nazi officers at Auschwitz, including Josef Mengele. Her crimes around this time included personally selecting attractive Jewish girls and women to be sent to the gas chambers out of sheer jealousy. She also forced young Jewish girls to act as lookouts as she raped female inmates. She would set her hungry dogs loose on prisoners and brutally beat them with a studded whip, and even sometimes changing it up by kicking them half to death with her spiked boots. And Irma was only 21 years old at this time, and she was already a fully formed psychopath who mostly seemed to kill people just for the fun of it. However, the party was about to be all over for her. By March of 1945, Irma was transferred to Bergen-Belsen concentration camp, where she and other SS personnel would be captured by the British Army the following month. In September of that year, Irma was put on trial for war crimes with 45 others in what would be known as the Belsen trial. During the 54 days of the trial, the global news media heard the harrowing details of Irma's crimes laid out by the testimonies of camp survivors, prompting the media to dub her the Beautiful Beast. At the conclusion of the trial, Irma and 10 others were found guilty and sentenced to death by hanging. According to reports, Irma was the only defendant who remained defiant when the verdict was read. In December, Irma's death sentence was carried out after losing her appeal, making her the youngest woman to be put to death in the 20th century under British law. According to people who were in attendance at her execution, she only uttered one final word before the hangman pulled the lever on the gallows: Schnell, which is German for quickly. After she was pronounced dead by the attending doctor, Irma's body was cut down and immediately placed into a simple coffin, where it was taken to an unknown location and buried. So what are we to make of the story of Irma Grese, the girl who seemed to embrace evil at a young age? Some people would call her extremely brutal, even by typical Nazi standards. Honestly, I don't think she's anything special. She's just anything a flag-waving Nazi is. A gutless, spineless, witless, heartless, hateful and ignorant fool who willingly submits to the will of a madman who preaches an ideology that encourages people to torture, dehumanize, and willfully exterminate other people because they don't fit in with the accepted yet extremely flawed definition of perfection. If you like this video, please show your support by hitting the like button and sharing it with your friends. If you're curious about my future content and want to hear more creepy stories, then please subscribe to my channel and hit the little bell icon so you'll be notified when new content is uploaded. Until next time, have a lovely day, stay safe out there, and most importantly,
stay creepy.